love being alone, Monique. So I am alone.
There's no judgment around. So do you feel alone a lot though? So you love it, but do you feel alone a lot in this? I'm choosing my path. I own my own self.
Yes, I do. So for instance, here's an example. When a year or so ago, I had a breast cancer. I don't even want to say it was a scare because I don't want to call it that. But I had a lump, a cyst on my breast that the doctors were saying looked like something, and they needed me to come in. And so I went in, and at every step of the journey, I questioned everything they did. I made them wait. I told them no. I told them, get the fuck away from me. Don't call me anymore with that. I don't care. I did it all on my terms. And I understood that, what they were saying could have been the truth and the reality. And what I was doing could have been a risky thing. But it was what my heart was telling me to do. And so for like 2 years, I just had it checked over and over and over again. And then one day I was in my living room and I heard my heart say, you can go have the surgery now. And that was it. I called them and I said, okay, I'm willing to come in and talk about the surgery. And I did. And, when I got there, they were like the new doctor. I said, I want a woman doctor. And I want to do all the testing over first and all of that. And they were not pleased with me. Like the woman I remember one time saying to her, are we going to argue about this or are we going to move forward? Because it felt like she was so upset that I had not listened to her colleague.
Yeah.
And I just had to be clear with her. I was like, your colleague is not here. That was a choice I made then, but you are here. And are you going to help?
Did that really allow her to just get in alignment?
It did, but I had to point it out to her.
That's what I mean. Like once you pointed it out.
Yes. She did.
Mm-hmm. Did she drop the energy?
She did drop it. But she also explained it too. She also explained that, they've been doing this with me for a couple of years. They don't understand. I was like, yes, that's because everybody listens to you all. Like you all are the government. People don't question their doctors.
Yeah. I literally got off the phone this morning with my doctor because I found I've been feeling like a little discomfort down in my lower abdomen for probably 2 years. I thought it was just after giving birth to Ellington, maybe scar tissue. So they're looking at it now, but after the first conversation, I was talking to my big sister, who's a doctor. And she was like, well, what did the doctor say? Well, did you ask her this? Well, why did you say this? Or why did you ask this? And it really had me just on my back. I felt incompetent. I felt sad that I didn't know to ask these things. But I also know I didn't listen to, it wasn't coming from a place of, let me listen to what my heart is asking. It didn't come from that place. Like I know in the grand scheme, all is good.
Yeah.
Like if this is the last day, like I will be sad that I won't see my boys grow up in the physical form, but I also know, okay.
Right.
But it was really interesting that my sister, I felt like I was the patient your doctor would have liked.
Right.
For this? Okay. And my sister, who is also a doctor, was like, why didn't you question and ask? And get more information.
Yes.
So
always. It's kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, I've always been a bit of a rebel rouser.
Not you.
But being a mother has intensified it.
Sure.
Because I'm not just advocating for myself, I'm also advocating for someone who is my responsibility. And I feel like, we live in a culture where we don't ask a lot of questions. We just fall in line. Yeah. And so the sovereignty piece is really about us being in relationship to ourselves.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like, what is it that's true for me? And that's in every area. I talk to you constantly about the conversation that I have around marriage and like, how do I define this for myself? Like, I'm not married now, but how do I define relating and love? And it just ended a relationship that I was in for 2 years just ended. And one of our final conversations was me saying, I'm not going to police you. Police, right. I am not going to police you. Like, you get to be yourself. Like, I personally don't understand the experience of love if it doesn't include that people get to be who they really are.
So again, my body I really use my body to give information. My body just relaxed again, as you said that. And then what fluttered up inside was, I want to be that more. I really feel like I'm a stand for that. And yet all the monarch butterfly, my mother,
yes,
my grandmothers on both sides, I have all of that energy in me as well. Yes. So I feel like I'm in a constant tornado and conflict around that. I just want my partner to have what he wants. And I really, genuinely, it's very selfish. I just want to have what I want. Right. And I know that cost, and let me ask you if it's a cost, your mindset, but the cost of that is him also having what he wants. Is that?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Is that accurate, though, in your definition of sovereignty? Or?
Well, yes, it does. It does mean that they have what they want, but there's
a cost to you?
I don't think it's a cost. I feel like it's an asset. I do, because because there's nothing like seeing people you love be really fucking happy, right?
Yeah.
Like, because they have what they want, and they have the space to go after what they want and be themselves. They have the space to fall apart and make themselves over again. Like, what is it? I mean, that's the way we love our children.
I'm not 100% sure that is a much easier idea to swallow with children.
Right.
And again, my humanness, and we're talking about the rat race of schools and that kind of stuff. I genuinely want to pick up my kids and move to Hawaii. Never let them have a pair of shoes unless they actually need them on their feet. And let them just be in the earth. Yes. That's really what I want.
Yes.
And I'm in that battle in myself to be like, well, will I do them a disservice? And I know everything works the way it is to work.
Yeah.
If I pick up and do that, then that is the right thing for them. Yeah. For their experience. It doesn't feel as easy in relating to a romantic partner.
Okay, I agree with that. I do agree. But why doesn't it feel as easy to you?
Well, all my stuff around my insecurity, the security that the relationship creates or receive from it.
Yeah.
My desirability, what does it say about me if my husband wants to be with somebody else, or just all these pieces. Now I'm looking at it, I know for myself as well, and this is where personal sovereignty is so fascinating to me, and why everything ignited in me when you said that many moons ago in our sister circle. I put out something I'm aware of how I operate. And it was a hard thing to actually acknowledge, is I set up, I do believe that I control my experience. And I noticed I have set up for a couple of decades now situations so that I will feel disempowered. I will feel cheated. I will feel resentment. I will feel judgment. It's like I create situations so that I can have that as the end result.
Okay.
Like, I can't get what I want. That is one of the things that I make sure is on the checklist.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't want you or others, I know you don't, but as people hear this, I don't want people to perceive that I'm just that kind of person all the time. But I really want to shine a light. These conversations are about shining a light on the whole picture as opposed to part of the picture.
Yes, absolutely.
So for the whole picture, that is a piece that really defines and guides a lot of my experiences if I'm not aware and conscious.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have done a lot of work myself as well, and I feel like I am an aware, conscious person.
Yeah. For you to just be able to say what you said is because you're aware and conscious. So
why is it harder in romantic partnership? That is why. Like I those are the check boxes that must get checked off in the tape that run, the butterflies before that have passed. And
that's right. Yes, that's so powerful. Because the thing about, as I'm, working to own myself, and I understand, like the security that the relationship creates, right? And security is a prison.
Say that again, security?
It's security until it's a prison.
Yes.
Until you can't open the door. It's like, oh, I'm safe in here. Oh, I can't get out of here.
I'm too safe.
Right. I can't leave now. Like it's like we put ourselves in a castle and you can't get out, trying to make yourself safe. And so
I just think of Rapunzel and all those blonde locks, and then I think about us, Black women, and the rate at which our hair grows. I'm like, I'm doomed. I will be in that castle forever.
Right. Yeah, but it's an inward thing. It's really a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful expansion, of finding the place in prison and then freeing ourselves and then offering that same type of freedom to the people that we love. And it's up to them. It's up to them. It's not up to us, or other people, not up to us. And so I was saying that I just ended a relationship, and the conversation that we were having was that I'm not going to police you. Like, you've got to be your own judge. You do what feels right for you because it's right for you, not because you're indebted to me in any way.
Was he asking you to police him?
In a subtle way, just to create boundaries, to create, a container and boundaries that look like rules or labels.
So for him though, or for you both?
Maybe for us both. He and I have been friends for a very, very, very long time, so he knows who I am, but I think it was mostly for him, just in a subconscious way. I think it was mostly for him. It's because that's what women do, right? Women say, I want to be married. What are we doing? What, are we singing? I want to, we're going in this way. And I'm just not that woman. I just don't have that. It doesn't drive me in that way. Could I be married? Sure. But it will be because it's not I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she was saying how it's just the rules of what we're supposed to be doing. We've been dating this long, so now it should look like this. That kind of stuff, right? And I'm saying, who's to say that that's what it's supposed to look like? I don't. One of my friends, you and I have a mutual friend, Kenyatta. And she said to me a long time ago, she said she never wanted to get married until marriage was actually on the table and it was present. It was never something she sought out, ever.
Yeah.
Right. And so when this is just coming through me right now, we can talk about this because I don't know, but it's like, God, I feel like I'm losing it. But how is sovereignty governing yourself? You can't govern yourself and govern another person. You can't experience sovereignty for yourself, then govern somebody else.
I'm looking at the definition, and it's a definition.
Yes.
It's not the authority, but the
right.
definition. Second definition is the authority of a state
to
govern itself.
Yes.
Or
another state. Okay. Well, that's good.
No, but I like seeing the or, because I'm hearing what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, where you put your attention, it's not possible to be fully attentive to what this state needs
Right.
if I also have my attention on that. Like if it's 100% energy and it's infinite, but you get what I mean. If it's 100%, if I even try to put 10% on there,
Right.
I'm losing 10% here.
Right.
90. So
Right.
that's interesting.